Dr. Leonard Coldwell is an NMD, founder of the Modern Therapy Center, founder of the Foundation for Crime and Drug-Free Schools and Health for Children, author of over 8 best-selling books in Europe. Over 2 million people have attended his lectures on stress and cancer treatment. After 9/11, U.S. Naval Weapons Station brought you in to talk about stress. And in Europe, as a doctor, you've treated over 35,000 patients for cancer primarily.
Right.
And you had one of the highest cancer cure rates in Europe.
That is right.
Fascinating resume.
Thank you very much.
Now you're living in America. We talked in Las Vegas. You said the cause of virtually all illness and disease is stress.
That is right. Basically, every illness is based on lack of energy. And stress is the main cause of lack of energy. It's the main energy drainer. Stress is not what we usually think what stress is. Stress is more the hidden things that bother us, like worries, doubts, fears, personal insecurities, our lack of self-esteem. Stress comes from the daily fears we live in. Stress is basically based on the fact that we feel threatened, life threatened in any part of our lives, in a relationship, financially, in our career, in our professional life. It doesn't really matter where we perceive threat. As the second we perceive anything as a threat to a major part of ourselves, our lives, we instantly produce stress hormones, and these stress hormones lead to fight and flight mechanisms. In the modern world, if somebody is not the right person to talk to and you just don't like him and this person yells at you or humiliates you in any way, you cannot usually not just get up and run. So you cannot go and just fight this person physically. So the fight and flight hormones are still in your system, poisoning your system all the time. I like to explain at the beginning what's very, very important. People think stress is bad. Stress is usually not bad. It's the ongoing stress that's a problem. If I move my hand over the edge of this table back and forth for a minute, it's not a problem. I do it for an hour, my hand hurts. I do it for 5 hours, my hand is permanently damaged. But if I move my hand back and forth and take a break to give it a rest, move it back and forth and give it a rest, I can do it for the rest of my life without damaging my hand. The same is true with stress. If I have stress, that's not a problem. If I give myself a rest, if I recover frequently. So stress itself is not a bad thing. Ongoing stress is a bad thing.
Now, is there a difference between stress, anxiety, panic attacks, or are they pretty much all the same thing?
Basically, stress causes anxiety attacks, causes depression, causes dehydration, causes nutritional deficiencies. So we have a lot of pains that are specifically caused only by stress. The stress immediately gets us in a fight or flight mechanism. So we tighten up our muscles. That means the blood flow goes down. It needs, we have more tight muscles. We tighten up our muscles in the neck and the shoulders. That's why so many people develop tension headaches or backaches just from stress.
So if a person reduces the stress, you're saying that a lot of physical ailments can also go away?
Yeah, because they are just the symptoms. The depression, anxiety, pain is just a symptom of stress. It's not an illness in itself. It is just a symptom of doing the wrong things on an ongoing basis.
Now, when you were treating the people in Europe, 35,000 patients?
Right.
All cancer patients?
All cancer patients. I mean, some muscular dystrophy, but all patients that have been given up by the medical profession, by the regular medical profession already.
Okay, so these people that already tried the medical treatments.
Right.
And it failed.
And it failed.
And then they came to you.
Right.
So it would appear that you'd have a lower success rate because the standard medical procedures didn't have any effectiveness.
Yeah, maybe I go a little bit back. My mom developed liver cancer in a terminal stage when I was a little kid, when I was about 7. I only know my mother crying from pain with an emergency doctor, and when I was 12, they said she has a maximum of 2 years to live. There's no chance she can ever survive. There's no way she could get better. But we didn't take it. So we tried every alternative route because we tried the medical road. From A to Z, we tried really everything. And then the medical doctors, the medical profession, the German part or the German counterpart of the NIH said to my mom, a maximum of 2 years to live, that's just it. And we tried everything. We learned, we read, we tried, we experimented, we tried different alternative approach. And basically my mom nearly 35 years later, is completely healthy. She is alive. She is 67 years old now, and she looks younger than.
So she was cured of cancer.
She was cured of liver cancer in a terminal state.
Without chemotherapy?
Without chemotherapy, without radiation, without surgery.
Without medical drugs?
Without medical any kind of toxifying drug. You have to understand that basically chemotherapy is a leftover of the warfare of the First and Second World War. So it's a toxic material. It's basically, it was used to kill people. They just came up with the idea, they thought, oh, if we can kill people with it, why don't we just give it to people that have cancer and hope it just kills the cancer and it doesn't kill the entire person. But usually it doesn't work that way.
So what method did you come up with to help your mother with her liver cancer and these 35,000 other cancer patients? What method did you use to make them healthy again?
Over the years, I've been basically to the maze of alternative medicine. Most of it does not work. You have to understand that people always treat symptoms. Even the alternative medical profession usually just treats symptoms and instead the root cause. The root cause is in you. Your body is the only thing that can make you unhealthy, can make you sick. And your body is the only thing that can cure you. Your immune system can cure you. Your regeneration, your self-healing system can cure you. And you have to enhance your self-healing system instead of fighting an illness. Stop fighting illness. Stop fighting pain. Go to the root cause of the problem and start to eliminate the root cause of the problem, which is somewhere in your life. It might be horrible things you do through your diet. It might be a dietary problem. It might be also that you're completely dehydrated, that you don't have for a gallon of water a day. You need, first of all, you need the simple basic elements. You need half a teaspoon of salt a day. You need a gallon of water a day. And basically, regular, healthy living nutrition, at least, 70% good nutrition to 30% whatever you want to eat. And then we need to address the root cause. And the root cause, in my mom's case, was basically my physical father. So it was a horrible marriage. And what that basically led to my mom getting gallbladder stones. Then through the gallbladder stones, she had surgery. The surgery went wrong. She developed liver cancer after that. But basically, her immune system went down because my father was physically beating her, abusing her. So there was no hope. There was no future. So my mom and I, we worked on strengthening her. And we worked on different techniques. I started even out with hypnotherapy. I started out to try acupressure, acupuncture. We tried basically everything. But when we figured out how easy it is, if you stimulate the body, if you stimulate the mind to get energy again, to get hope again, to develop self-esteem, to develop a completely new concept for the future, all of a sudden your immune system has a reason to function again. Before it don't have a reason, it does not want to live.